So today I was going to lead us through meditation and just give us a mini explanation and understanding of it, and then we'll practice for a little while. So there are a lot of things going on out in the world, especially now, and in general, there are lots of things that happen in our lives. And there's also our inner world, a lot of things happening in our inner world, and one part of that is our mind. So there's many different aspects to meditation and many different ways that people practice it. So one main aspect is to turn our attention inward and simply notice what's going on. So there's all the stuff that's moving around, happening, and then there's just this presence, this awareness that you can bring to that. And that awareness is sort of like the ground. It's like this constant thing that doesn't really get affected by whatever else is going on. And by bringing that awareness, it's like all that stuff bouncing around in your head or out in the world even, you don't get as rattled by it, because now you've brought into all that movement something that's grounded and steady, and that's the awareness. So we're going to practice with that intention in mind. So first I want to make sure that you're sitting comfortably. So go ahead and check that, your spine is straight. If you need to elevate your hips, you're doing that. And similar to when we did the breathing practices, if you can also cross your legs or feet, so even if you're sitting on a chair or a couch, even if you can just get your feet to touch, so that that energy channel is closed, okay? You can either keep your hands on your lap, just like one hand on top of the other palm like this, and just rest it on your lap. Or you can bring your hands in the chin mudra, tip of your index and thumb fingers touching, and just rest them on your knees like this, okay? We'll practice with our eyes closed. And so one of the things that will support us bringing that awareness is to begin to calm our mind. And so the deep breathing that we've learned, we can actually use that to help bring that mental calmness so that we can actually try to focus our awareness. Okay, so you can go ahead and close your eyes if you're comfortable with that. And then I'll just guide you through breathing and then some of the meditation, and then we'll go from there. All right, so eyes are closed, and just remember, as you inhale, you're expanding your belly. So go ahead and expand the belly. And exhale, softening the belly. Inhale, expanding the belly. Keep going, making it a full breath if you can, up through the rib cage and chest. And exhale, softening belly, rib cage, and chest. Good. Inhale, expanding the belly, rib cage, chest. Feel the lungs stretch as you fill them. And exhale. Good. Now we'll try to bring like a rhythm to this. So inhale, 1, Om 2, Om 3, filling the lungs. Exhaling, 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8. Good. So continue with a few more intentional deep breaths. And just see if you can allow that exhalation to be complete, letting the last wisps of breath seep out before you take your next deep breath. And as you take these deep breaths, you may notice that you're just kind of settling down. So allow the breath to now transition to be more natural. So you're not intentionally trying to make it deep or anything else. Just let it be natural. But now keep the mind aware of the breath. So probably when you're doing the deep, full breath intentionally, you were probably aware because you were focused on what you were trying to do. But now you're not trying to do anything. But see if you can still maintain awareness on the breath, even if you just notice when you're inhaling and when you're exhaling. The mind may drift away, and that's fine. When you notice your mind drifting away, you can do one of two things: bring it back to be aware of your breath, or notice what your mind is thinking about and bring your awareness to the thought, and you might go between the two. The general guideline is try to bring it back to the breath if it's not too big of a struggle. You don't want to wrestle the awareness to the breath. Just noticing the inhalation and the exhalation. When you're inhaling, when you're exhaling. And now, if you want to kind of sharpen your awareness further, take it one more level. Not just noticing when you're inhaling and exhaling, but notice the experience of inhaling and exhaling. And you might choose either to focus your awareness on the nostrils, for example, noticing the breath flowing in and out of the nostrils, or you may notice the movement of your belly, for example. Pick one or the other of these and just notice the experience of breathing, different sensations, movements, maybe even sound of the breath. If your mind has wandered off, that's okay. It's not about how much or how little it wanders. It's about noticing it, being aware of what is happening in the mind, and gently bringing the awareness back to the breath and noticing the breath once again. And what is your mind doing now? Just notice. And gently guide it back to the breath if it's drifted away somewhere. So as we get ready to transition, just kind of take your awareness from the breath into your body. Just notice that you have a body. What are the sensations occurring in your body right now? Just take note of those. And then expand your awareness to your environment. Sound first. Notice different sounds that you can hear. And as you're ready, you can very gently and slowly open your eyes. But try to stay in this awareness intention. So as you open your eyes, be in the noticing. Just notice visually. Bring awareness to your visual environment. So, yeah, and then preparing to engage with the world again when you're done with your meditation practice. But even as you engage and interact with your environment, your world, your circumstances, you can still try to bring this awareness so that there's this balance between that beingness and awareness on the one hand and activity on the other hand. They're not mutually exclusive. So as you practice more and more, as you're in activity, you still have this awareness that's present so that you're less likely to react to what's going on in your world and more likely to choose. Because once we bring something into awareness, we can now choose consciously. So whether the thing that we're bringing awareness to is internal, our thoughts, our emotions, or whatever, or whether they're external. So it's a very empowering practice